If you own a home in Airdrie right now, there's an important number you need to pay attention to. In the last 60 days, 215 homes have sold in Airdrie. It tells us something meaningful about demand supply and where prices could be heading next. My name is Kevin Baldwin. I've been in the real estate for over 25 years. With more than 1,700 homes sold across Alberta, I don't chase headlines and I don't follow hype. I watch patterns. I watch what people actually do, not what they say. 215 homes sold in 60 days tells me one big thing. This market is active. But underneath that activity, a shift is happening that every homeowner should understand. The first and most important question we have to ask is this: are those sales driving prices up? Or are they happening because sellers are adjusting? A high sales count by itself doesn't automatically mean prices are rising. In fact, sometimes a burst of sales happens when buyers sense opportunity. Maybe sellers price sharply too before interest rates change again. Other times, it's small price corrections, creating new interest. That's why numbers taken alone can be misleading. 215 sales show vitality, but it needs context. What price points are moving? Which segments are slowing? And what are buyers doing differently? Right now in Airdrie, what I'm seeing is steady underlying demand with growing buyer caution. People want to move, families upgrading, first-time buyers coming from Calgary, investors keeping one eye on the value, but they're more disciplined. They're not overpaying, they're not negotiation, their conditions again. They're counting every dollar on those mortgage payments. When 215 homes sell in 2 months windows, it tells us that a well-priced home are still moving quickly. At the same time, overpriced listings are sitting. The gap is widening faster than many sellers realize. Experience becomes critical right here, because understanding where the invisible line sits between priced right and priced wrong determines whether your home sells in 30 days or 100. I've seen the movie before. Many times, markets warm, markets cool, and patterns repeat. What we're experiencing in Airdrie right now is not a panic phase. It's not a collapse. It's a transition, a shift from emotional momentum to strategic decision making. Buyers are selective again, and sellers must be sharp. If you're thinking about selling in Airdrie, the old pricing logic from a year ago or two simply doesn't apply anymore. What matters now is real-time data, active inventory, days on market, absorption rate, and the ratio between list price and sold price. Those numbers tell us who has leverage, and if inventory rises while sales volumes hold, prices usually stabilize. If inventory climbs faster than sales, pressure builds on the sellers. But if inventory tightens again, buyers lose the edge and competition picks back up. That's the daily balance we're watching, and it's shifting slightly month to month. The upside of this market is opportunity for both sides, because clarity returns when volume is solid. But psychology changes. The professionals who understand negotiation win. This is not the kind of market for guessing. It's not a market for emotional decisions making or testing unrealistic numbers. It's a market for positioning, and positioning means strategy. Strategy for sellers, that means professional photography, crisp presentations, and pricing that attacks without chasing. For buyers, it means knowing what homes are really worth in today's condition, not last year's peaks or your friend's story from 2022. So when you see 215 sales close inside 60 days, you should read that as energy in motion. Buyers and sellers are engaging again, but with deeper analysis behind every deal. For more buyers, This means more negotiation room. You might find sellers adjusting expectations, especially if their homes have been sitting for a few weeks. Timing your offer right can open doors that weren't available a year and a half ago. For sellers, the message is different, but equal encouraging. Demand still exists. The buyers are out there, but you have to capture them intelligently. Airdrie remains attractive because it offers affordability compared to Calgary, strong schools, community growth, and equal quality and real quality of life. Long-term fundamentals haven't changed. The difference is psychology around the price. Airdrie has now passed the 92,500 person mark, and with the growth comes consistent movement. People move up, downsize, relocate for work, or enter the market for the first time. That creates transactions. Transaction creates opportunity for those positioned correctly. But positioned correctly doesn't happen by accident. After 25 years of guiding over 1,700 families through market cycles, one thing has always proven true. Markets reward preparation and punish assumption. Success comes from understanding the current landscape, not leaning on last year's news. If you're preparing to sell, I'm looking at your active competition, your micro area trend, dates on market, and even the frequency of price reductions nearby. Those details tell the story the headlines never show. Real estate is hyper-local. One neighborhood in Airdrie can be stable and strong, while another 3 blocks away start adjusting. It depends on the product type, pricing bracket, and the inventory flow. The bordered city data, like those 215 sales, give us momentum, but strategy happens at the neighborhood level. That's where local experience becomes invaluable. For homeowners, the key takeaway is this: 215 homes in 60 days signals movement, not meltdown. It shows that even a cautious market, buyers are out there ready to act on well-priced homes. The challenge for sellers is staying flexible and realistic. The challenge for buyers is separating value from noise. This is not an emotional or speculative market anymore. This is a thinking market, and thinking markets reward informed decisions. So if you're planning your next move to Airdrie, whether buying or selling, understanding that the market right now values credibility, preparation, and real conversation. That's where results come from. Don't rely on generic online estimates or rumors about what your neighbors got a year ago. Rely on data, professional advice, and experience. That's how you make strategic moves in this phase of the cycle. So what does 215 homes sold in 60 days really mean? It means movement is alive. It means Airdrie is not slowing to a stop. It's adjusting pace. It's reminding that confidence hasn't disappeared. It's just becoming smarter. Homes are selling, dreams are still being built, and the opportunities are still out there for the people who approach the market with intelligence and preparation. So if you're wondering how this applies to your situation, maybe you're on the fence about listing or buying. Let's talk. I'll be happy to walk you through your specific numbers, absorption rates, and price range so you can understand where opportunities exist today. You can call me direct 403-561-0037. My name is Kevin. After decades in this industry, I can tell you markets don't reward fear, but they always reward readiness. 215 homes sold in 60 days isn't coincidence, it's a message. The market is moving. The question is whether you're moving with it. I'm Kevin Baldwin with CIR Realty. Thanks for watching, and let's keep this conversation going in the comments.